Aloha, it's Kim Jolene with Finding Your Fiji, and I'm here with your Feng Shui Friday tip. We are concluding today our series on staircases. And this particular video, we are going to cover sort of an unusual staircase, although I think we're seeing them more and more, especially in smaller spaces. And this is the spiral staircase. So spiral staircases, oftentimes they're used when a space is an issue, where you just have a small space and you need a stairwell in that space to get from one level to another. We often see them there. Sometimes it's a design thing where, designers will do it to kind of create something, I guess, that's unique or different. It is a challenge for us in whether they're inside or outside of the home. I am going to share my screen so I can show you a couple examples of a spiral staircase so you know what I'm talking about. So this particular spiral staircase does have closed risers, which is, something that's a little bit better. But again, it spirals up as you go along, and then obviously goes down again to another level. And then the other example that I have, I'll just slide down and show you, is one where it's, basically kind of going like up into the ceiling of the next level. And this one, has those open risers, which we talked about last video. The issue or the challenge with open risers. So if you happen to have a spiral staircase that has open risers, you're going to want to watch the open risers video as well, which I'll put a link to that below also. And so what is the challenge, or what is the problem, that we see with spiral staircases? The spiral staircase essentially acts like a corkscrew, and it's energetically drilling or boring a hole into your life, right? So it's leaving, it's draining your chi, it's leaving a hole. Essentially, it's very, very draining energy. It also carries the energy of danger, right? So when we think of like a screwdriver, a corkscrew, that type of thing, it's this essence of danger. It feels threatening. You aren't able to see all the way to the top or the bottom. So if you're walking on the staircase, as you're going up, you can't see, kind of where you're headed. And coming down, certainly you can't see where you're headed either. Like in this particular one, as you're going up here, you can't see where you're going. It twists again up here. And again, when you're coming down, you can't really see where you're headed until you get to the very, very bottom. Also, as I mentioned, many of these type of staircases have open risers, which is also a safety issue and an energy drain, right? So what might you be experiencing if you have a spiral staircase? You may be experiencing a feeling of not being safe, right? A worry about safety or security. You may also be experiencing, nonstop arguing, particularly in cases where we have more of this really direct corkscrew, where it really does look like a screw going down into the next level, right? So you might be experiencing a lot of arguments, a lot of disagreements, maybe even potentially resentment or outrage, anger can come into play with this, or feelings of emptiness, or feeling like you're being drained. Right? So what do you do about this? What is the remedy? I'm sure those of you that have this spiral staircase are like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Obviously it'd be great to remove it and put in just a regular staircase. That would be obviously one possible option. You can also use our handy dandy crystal, right? So this, the crystal is going to be a 20 millimeter. You'll be able to see this. Let's see, you're not going to be able to see that. So I'm going to actually stop sharing the screen so you can see me. So you would hang this crystal at the top of the staircase, right? This is 20 millimeter crystal. It's faceted, it's round, it has 30% lead in it, which is very much about balancing. It's balancing properties that this crystal has that will assist in balancing that energy. It will actually lift the energy up. So, you know, as it's corkscrewing down, this crystal will lift, raise the chi, raise the energy. And again, as you've maybe heard on my past videos, is use a 9-inch red thread to hang this from, or a 9-inch fishing line if you don't want it to be something that's seen. But the 9 is auspicious, it's lucky, it's about reaching new heights. It's about success. And then if you use the red, that also is a lucky color as well. So that's an option. You can also place lights along the stairwell, you know, along the stairway. So I know a lot of times people do that. They'll wrap them around the handrail, right? And that, again, lifts that light, lifts the energy, it lifts the chi. So that's another possible option. The other thing that I would encourage you to do is to place a nice, healthy plant underneath the staircase. So what that does is it's wood energy. So the plant is wood energy, and that wood energy helps, you know, essentially soak up that drain type of energy that we have going on there. You can use a real looking a plant that is silk but is, you know, essentially looks real, so that's also an option. And again, you're going to place this under the stairwell. So, you know, it corkscrews up, you're going to place it sort of under the corkscrew, so it's essentially going to it's going to catch you know, whatever is being drained there. It's going to help raise the energy. If you are just creating this in a space, I would encourage you to use wood to create it, because again, wood is the wood energy. It's more grounding, it's more solid. If you're using wood, make the top and the bottom step a different color, slightly different color, right? So that people know when they've arrived, right? When they've gotten to the top or they've gotten to the bottom, using a slightly different color. If the risers are open, again, like I talked about in the last video, which I'll put a link to that below, close them, place backs on them. That is something that's pretty simple to do, and particularly important when we have the spiral staircase, because we've got so much other stuff going on there, that having the vertical backing on the stairs the steps is also really, really beneficial. So that is your feng shui tip for today. If you're new to me and enjoyed this video, please make sure that you subscribe. Also click on the bell so that you get notified when I post new videos, which I do every Friday, typically for feng shui. And then also once a month, I do zodiac angel readings for all of the zodiac signs. So those are free readings that are available here on my channel. Sometimes I post other interviews or other juicy goodness for you guys as well. So you want to get notified of that. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, please comment, let me know what you thought. If you have a spiral staircase, let me know, you know, what you intend to do to shift the energy around that, or how that has impacted your life. Share this video with anyone that you know that has a spiral staircase. Please share the video, and let's help raise the vibration of the planet one home at a time. So much love and light to you, and much aloha. What I would love for you to do right now is head on over to my website, findingyourfiji.com. Fiji is spelled F-I-J-I, and you can grab your free gift over there. That is my 9 fast feng shui fixes to attract abundance. These are my 9 best tips related to the wealth area. And this will also allow us to stay in touch. I'd really like to stay in touch with you, get to know you, and that allows me to understand how I may continue to serve you. So we'll see you on the next video. Have an amazing, amazing day. Much love and aloha.